Hail the Barbarian Horde! I'm Joe, here with me is my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And we have here another Red Sonja video. I didn't expect one. We're still going to throw you guys a call video in a day or two, maybe just tomorrow, because we had planned to do a continued analysis of the Call the Conqueror movie. Now, we had promised that, and the video is recorded, but the problem is, the Red Sonja trailer dropped. So we're going to do this, then tomorrow you're getting your Call video, which is only fair.
Yeah.
So let's dive on in. And I've already laid out a lot of criticism for Red Sonja earlier this week, so I'm not gonna continue. We're gonna go in, and we're blank slates here. Oh, wait. Let me see. Oh, we could do better than that. At least just for this.
Sonja! The earth is bleeding.
And grant me the power to find those who did this.
Why are you here?
To see my people again is all I dreamed of.
I like this one. Very, very feisty, eh?
He wants us to fight, or we both die. Someone has to make a stand. Nothing but death awaits us. I will do what damage I can.
You know what, Red? You are quite the woman.
You think that your gods can stop me from conquering the world beyond?
Or it won't just be the Akenians who suffer. It will be every tribe, every people who defy him.
That was stupid.
I am here to fight!
You and all of your kind
Problem
of...
I have with that move was just, it was too modern, and it's like X-Men.
There was a way to make it look cool.
I'm just
all
saying,
the while.
why would someone in the ancient period do that move? You have to bear in mind, this movie is set in a primordial Earth, antediluvian period. So we're looking at an age when people would be fighting with the mentality of, the Hittites or the ancient Greeks or Romans or something. This is the context in which they think. They're not going to go, how would I look when I do this backflip and fire an arrow? No. That's how modern people think. That's not how ancient people think. Although so far, they're like, really good trailer so far.
relics from the past. I am the future!
It's now or never. Do you choose death?
Never.
You can have this and these.
And that protects.
Nothing. The crowd will love it.
Okay. I'm going to criticize the end there because it's, once again, the pervy man and whatnot. Clearly meant to bash the fans, which... we're doing that again, are we? Or you could have just had the red scarlet goddess thing, Sketha, I think it is, or Skethak. With the endow her with that bikini, which, that's the original backstory. Yeah, to an extent, one could argue it's more modern to, have a pervy guy decide, yeah, this is what you're doing. This is what you're going to wear. But in reality, it was originally Red Sonja who made the decision herself. I prefer to leave it to the character and the goddess because it makes more sense. Otherwise, she'd just ditch it eventually and just go for armor, like the blue armor she wore in the 80s, which looked really good on her and was really practical. But, as to the action, this is the same guy who did Solomon Kane. You could tell with the cinematography, with the action, everything's looking good. The music's good. Like, honestly, I think this is going to be a great movie. And it's, you know, like, I'm not a Red Sonja fan. I've made that clear. But this is what I would want in a Red Sonja movie. And clearly they've cast it in a kind of, and this is something I approve of, they've cast it with a kind of Roman-esque mentality, but it's clearly like a fantasy Rome of sorts. But the armor is still different, which is a nice touch. It's a Roman-esque fantasy empire intent on conquering barbarians. And she's clearly modeled after Boudica here, which I do approve of.
That is a good place to go.
But I would like to see a fantasy Rome movie where the Empire is portrayed as good. You know, like, glory to the Empire and all that. Where the character is a champion of this Empire and is saying, this Empire is a good thing. And you see the benefits of the Empire and he has to save it from unruly barbarians. Why not do it the other way? Because, you know, the evil Empire thing is a little boring at this point. But going the Boudica route is interesting. And I'm also going to praise another thing. Another reason why I approve of casting her in a kind of barbarian light and having her... It doesn't look like this is Hyrcania. And the reason why I approve of that, and why I approve of the overall Roman versus barbarian thing to a limited extent here, and I'm making an exception, is that I really... It gives me a vibe of more of the Thurian Age. And I've always been a proponent that Red Sonja should be in the Thurian Age. Because when you put her in the Hyborian Age, you put her in the context of Conan, who is supposed to be a mixture of Musashi, Chinggis, to a limited extent without the evil, and also, well, Musashi. He's Musashi, he's Chinggis, he's Charlemagne, all melded together. He's the greatest swordsman of his age. He's the greatest warrior of his age. He's the greatest general of his age. He's a towering figure. He has no equals. The best he can be is number 2. But the problem is, number 2 is Valyria. And this isn't me who decided this. This is Robert E. Howard. You contradict this stuff. You contradict Howard. You contradict the lore. It's like if I decided, well, Aragorn's not the true heir of Gondor. It's my guy called Mac. He just lets Aragorn have it. Well, that kind of undermines Aragorn, doesn't it? So it's one, or well, my Mac is still the equal as a swordsman to Aragorn. No, you're not supposed to do that. That's undermining Aragorn. You can't do that. You need to prop up Aragorn. And that's the thing. But putting her in, like, what seems to me like a Thurian Age, puts her in the context of Kull, of Brule. And the reason I approve of that is that this means that she could be the greatest wanderer and traveler and whatnot. And the reason I like this is because these are Conan's titles. And then you have Valyria, who's like second best, or kind of cast in a kind of second best mold. And I really, like, Kull and Brule are stuck in one place. They're not really traveling around, so you can't really world build with them. You can a little, or a lot, but you can't world build as much. So we don't know as much about the Thurian Age. It's one giant sandbox that's unexplored. Hyborian Age is very explored, and I really love it. I want it more, but I'd like more through the lens of characters who are Sumerians, who are Aquilonians. Like, why not have a Knight of Aquilonia? Or Warriors of Kitai and whatnot. But when you... but if you throw Red Sonja into, like, the Thurian Age, you know, she could be the greatest traveler. She could be the greatest mercenary. She could be the greatest at a lot of things. there's not really a claimant to the title. You know what I mean? And if you're going to pair her up with Cull, well, Cull, you know, like, Howard never established a love interest, so that is a route you can go. Conan, well, if she goes for him, and she is a love interest of his, she has to be chucked into the harem, because, you know, there's Valeria, there's Zenobia, and there's who knows who else in his harem at the time of Hour of the Dragon. Just saying. So, the thing here is, I really do like this, that I don't think they specified in the trailer that's the Hyborian Age. And I'm kind of wanting them to go to not... I want them to world build, but don't put any allusions to Conan. The reason I don't want them is because I always get nervous and I'm like, yeah, well, let's be realistic, she could not match Conan in a fight. I know that you have the comics, but she actually would not be able to match Robert E. Howard's Conan. She would not be able to match him because he has no match. I'm just being honest. And yet, she's supposed to be almost matchless. Let's be honest. She's not supposed to have a match, like as a swordsman. It's why the curse of you'll lose all your strength and whatnot when you meet a man who could best you is such a big deal. She's living with this sort of Damocles over her. And that is an attribute that could make the character very interesting. And it has made her very interesting under the right pen. So, yeah. This trailer goes hard. I really do approve. Like, come on. They've got painted pits. That is good. You know, like, you've got a she-wolf element that I really do like. Okay, let me find it. Clearly...
He wants us to fight.
Oh, whoops. Like right here. You almost have an element of Rome here, right?
Yes.
But, like, they still went fantasy. It's like they looked at that terrible recent Gladiator 2 movie, and what did they say? Oh, yeah, come on. Please. Like, you didn't do it right. We can do it right. And, like, here's the thing. I've noticed. There's no diversity nonsense. So, like, at least it doesn't look that way to me. And, you know, I actually like that there's a more sophisticated, civilized guy as the villain. I only hope he can fight, and I only hope that they bring in a demon, like they did in Solomon Kane.
And I liked how the monster, near the end of the trailer, how it looked.
Yeah, they took the right... Now, let's give Peter Jackson some credit. When it comes to the visual design of a lot of his monsters and whatnot, good. So, like, they took the lessons from Peter Jackson that they were supposed to learn, and they applied them. This is how you do a trailer. This is how you're going to... Excuse me. This is how you do a Red Sonja movie.
My one beef with modern trailers is, you know how you have the title and you have a mini joke scene afterwards?
Which they did.
They need to remove that mini scene out completely from all movies now.
It removes from the overall feel. It destroys the feel of the movie. Because, like, that little joke at the end was stupid, and I think the trailer would have been stronger without it.
Yeah.
But what we have to praise about the movie, is that this movie... Here, I'm going to leave a like. I have to leave a like. Is that this movie is one which... It's like, if you were to cut that out at the end, it'd be a perfect trailer. And what I like is it's coming out on August 15th into theaters. And I looked it up. Oh, we'll release the trailer a month before the movie. Most movies and shows, it seems like, oh, well, we'll release the trailer 8 months in advance or 6 months in advance. Well, by the time it drops, you're kind of left going, oh, okay. And you would have gotten like 3 trailers, and you're left going, well,
we've already seen half the movie.
So I guess I don't have to see it because, and also it's been a full year. I'm tired. I don't want to see it no more. I've spent, I've already had the moment of excitement, and now it's over. I'm spent. But here, we have the one trailer. It's a month in advance, and we're getting the movie. So I don't need like 15 trailers. I get the whole movie next month in theaters. I like this. You know what? I hope this comes out in the town, in one of the cities next to us, or in or over across the border. Because I'd be willing to go across the border to go see this in theaters. I would. It looks good. Because, like, yeah, I think this looks like a good movie. I've not been excited for a trailer in years. I've not been excited for any movie in years. Least of all, no offense, but something that's come out of Hollywood or the US. I've been excited for French movies, Japanese movies, TV shows from those places, from Korea, from Germany, from France, from Ireland, from Scandinavia, like Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark. I've been excited for movies from these places. Even Spain and Portugal. But the US? No. Even Quebec, I've been excited for movies from there. But that's what I mean by it. Quebec's almost a part of France instead. In some ways, like culturally. I've been excited for our French movies. Not from America. But this... these are the sort... This is the sort of trailer you always wanted. Outside that one stupid scene at the end. Like, this might be a movie that's like, oh, finally, we've been waiting, like, what? 6 years for a decent movie, because the last one was Tolkien and Robert the Bruce. No, wait, Robert the Bruce was a movie made in Scotland, so it doesn't count as Hollywood or America. But Tolkien was an American movie. That's the last one I really, really loved that came out of America. That was not, like, horror, a low-budget horror. This is a big-budget fantasy movie. It's been too long since we've had a good fantasy movie. The last one was Tolkien. And before that, probably the Dawn Treader, or I'm just thinking. Solomon Kane was 2009. Dawn Treader was 2010. Yeah, I think that was the last time. Jeez, a whole 15 years. Man. But this is cool. I like this. So tell us what you think. And don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button. I'm also going to quickly show you guys one thing. We do, however, have a new channel. I've been posting about it in the post sections and all over. Bros Crin. Hasn't got any videos yet, but this is going to be an audio drama channel of all our books. Starting with Crown of Blood, which you can get. We are currently editing the first few episodes. I've just gotten the audio for episode 2, so I'll be editing that today, and we're just waiting for a few lines to come in, and then we can finish episode 1 and 2, get the visuals in, and then you guys will start seeing our stories told in audio format. And the narrator is freaking good. Yeah, we pretty much got a professional to do it. He's done audio readings of Tolkien, of other stuff. He's Matt from the Dork Lords. Really good voice. And he went all out. So you guys are going to love it. Especially if you like the Red Sonja trailer. And also, Conan. And our own trailer will be dropping around the 18th. So, yeah, we're kind of teasing our trailer. But anyways, smash that like, that subscribe button. And until next time, take care.